was the 6th car to leave the start. The Total Tour Natal makes use of both the KwaZulu-Natal North and South coasts. The day 1 will consist of 4 stages in and around the Stanger area of the North Coast. The season starts with Stage 1, or Blithedale, a 14-kilometre test of driving skill that, like most stages, leave drivers with no room for error.
2010 rally action gets underway with Mark Cronier and Robert Paisley breaking the silence of the Castrol Toyota Auris. First on the road is not where you want to be, but Cronier reached the flying finish in a time of 8 minutes and 49 seconds.
Into right 7 in. Right 7 in. Opens. Left 3 tightens to 7.
The baptism of fire this morning, and we've got our nerves on end, so it's better we keep it nice and clean.
Enzo Keane and Guy Hodgson have been the pace setters for the latter part of the 2009 season and won their last outing. The Cape Town pairing continued from where they left off and completed the 14 kilometres of Blithedale in a blistering 8 minutes and 34 seconds.
Yeah, long time since we've been in a racing car, but it's good to be back. It's a great feeling. Got the adrenaline going there.
The Castrol Toyota Auris of Johnny Gemmell won this event 12 months ago, but it will take a while to get used to new navigator Drew Starrock. Gemmell opened his account with a time of 8 minutes and 46 seconds, a full 12 seconds slower than Keane.
Easy right, 60.
Defending champions Hergen Fekken and Pierre Harries have never won the Total Tour Natal and set off in their quest to do so with a time of 8 minutes and 38 seconds.
Keep right, keep right. Keep right, keep right.
It's a bit tricky, it's very slippery, and it got me out a few times, but hopefully we'll get into the groove now.
BP Ultimate Volkswagen teammate Jan Habig lives just down the road, and his local knowledge showed as he flew past the flying finish in a time of 8 minutes and 37 seconds. Second fastest for the multiple champion.
Pretty okay, not as smooth as it should be, but otherwise no problems.
This is the moment that rally fans were waiting for. The first look at the Basil Reed Bizub Ford Fiesta in full flight. And what a beautiful sight it is. Charles Walken and Greg Godrich took care of the butterflies in their stomachs with a time of 8 minutes and 41 seconds.
Bit of a cautious start. Still loading the car, so can only go better from here.
The first of the Team Total Evolution Toyotas in the hands of Jean-Pierre Damso and new but experienced navigator Caroline Swan. Damso had a tough year in 2009, so he would have been pleased with getting Stage 1 out of the way. Japie van Niekerk and Robin Houghton recorded their best ever finish here 2 years ago, and the new Africa Developments Toyota Auris started its 2010 campaign with the 7th fastest time.
120, left 16, left 16, double caution.
Hein Lategan and Johan van der Merwe returned to rallying for the first time since early last year. From 9th on the road, the new Pertec Toyota Auris set the 9th fastest time.
Yeah, it's very different from the N4, but I really enjoyed it. Very nice to drive the car. It was nice.
Conrad Rotenbach returns to African soil after 2 seasons in the World Rally Championship. Together with Peter Marsh, the production car driver set the first stage alight with a time of 8 minutes and 40 seconds, just 6 seconds off the pace.
I think we could do quite a bit better, so we're just a bit rusty, but we should get better.
Tien Subert enters his 2nd season in the top S2000 class, and together with new navigator Carl Peskin, the Salom Group polo driver rounds off the top 10 after Stage 1.
Fantastic. New navigator, nice stage, fast, flowing, loose surfaces, challenging, but it was excellent. Always nice to rally.
Enzo Kuhn jumps out of the blocks and straight into the lead by over 3 seconds from teammates Habig and Fekken. Rotenbach takes 4th, ahead of the Fiesta's first ever South African stage in 5th. It's early days, but Enzo Kuhn has made his intentions very clear.
I think we didn't know how fast to start off with, you know, and we kind of have to find the pace. I admit that was maybe a little bit too fast.
And what was it like for Habig to drive his first stage in almost 17 years without old navigator Douglas Judd?
Generally not a bad stage, and sort of a quick pace as well. I see everyone was right on the button as they started.
After all the anticipation and excitement, Wilken got the first stage out of the way.
No, it was a very cautious start. We took it quite easy, and we'll hopefully find a rhythm soon so we can pick up the pace a little bit.
With Volkswagen leading the way, Toyota find themselves on the back foot.
And I think we're a little bit slow for the blocks, but the rally's tomorrow, so let's see what today brings.
After the break, the Total Tour Natal gets into full swing with 3 more stages. Will Kuhn hang on? Will Wilken and the new Fiesta make a move? Or will Rodenbach upset the faster S2000 machine? Sassel South African Rally Championship is underway with the Total Tour Natal. BP Ultimate Volkswagen drivers Enzo Kuhn and Hergen Fecken made the first move, but it's only stage 1 of 12. While it started well for some, it didn't for others. The Pertec Toyota Auris of Visser du Plessis and Gerard Snyman barely made it to the event, having only been completed at 3 a.m. the night before. Unfortunately for du Plessis, the electrics called it a day after stage 1. Back to the action with stages 2 and 3. Hazara is only 11 kilometers, while Langespreet measures 17. But with no service in between, this loop of stages could well set the tone for the rest of the event.
Mark Ronier and Robert Paisley were setting the pace on this event in 2009, but their charge ended in a roll. So for this year, the Castrol Toyota driver's goal is to get points on the board. It's almost impossible to win from first on the road in Natal anyway, so Ronier did well to finish both stages 2 and 3 with the third fastest times.
Yeah, just trying to keep it neat and tidy. I'm building on that rhythm. I wasn't very confident again there, so let's see.
Second on the road is not much better, but this didn't stop Enzo Keane and Guy Hodgson from wringing the neck of their BP Ultimate Polo. Keane pushed hard and set a benchmark time on stage 2 of just 8 minutes and 7 seconds. In spite of nearly taking out our cameraman, their time on stage 3 was just as impressive. But with fast competition still to come, you could only wait and see if it will hold up.
I think we're just trying to find the right pace, and there's some very tricky stages. We had the car overheating now, so I don't think we can relax. We'll run to the end of the day and make a decision then.
Teammates Hergen Fecken and Pierre Arries were now also on a charge. To prevent Keane from opening up a gap, the current champions opened up the taps and got to within 0.7 seconds of Keane's winning time on stage 2. But on stage 3, Fecken was really flying. Keane's time was the fastest so far, but Fecken found his rhythm and beat it by more than 6 seconds to take over the rally lead.
Into 70, caution deceptive, repeat 70, caution deceptive, danger long right 5, tightens to late 8.
Yeah, it was a lot of commitment there. The car was awesome. The driver wasn't too bad, so yeah, we're quite happy with that.
Johnny Gemmel and Drew Starrock were now also getting up to speed. It is their first rally together, and the relationship inside the car will obviously take time to develop. But the Castrol Toyota Auris nevertheless set the 4th fastest times on both stages 2 and 3. Jan Habig and Ralph Pitchford were facing the exact same challenge, as they were also sharing the same cockpit for the very first time. But Habig is a multiple champion, and Pitchford is one of the most successful off-road racing navigators ever. So expect fireworks from these two soon. Unfortunately for Habig, their progress over these 2 stages was somewhat halted with a costly 20-second spin on stage 2 that dropped them from 2nd to 6th in the overall standings.
Yeah, we had a spin and then we had to make a 4-point turn to get out again, so not so good.
The entry of a new manufacturer with a state-of-the-art rally machine and new major sponsor is one of the best things to happen to South African rallying in years. The Basil Reed Bizub Ford Fiesta of Charles Wilken and Greg Godrich created a massive hype on and off the stages, putting additional pressure on the double production car champions to perform well. This is Wilken's first ever event in the top S2000 class and his first time behind the left-hand drive steering wheel of the Fiesta, so his strategy was to slowly build his confidence. He did so by completing stages 2 and 3 in 7th position overall, just 5 seconds behind Habig.
Still struggling to get the correct rhythm going. Still too cautious.
JP Damso and Catalan Swan were slow off the mark in their Total Evolution Toyota runnings. The Capetonian hardly had any time behind the wheel in 2009 and started 2010 with a clear objective of finishing events. Jaapie van Niekerk and Robin Houghton are one of the favourites to win the inaugural Private Tiers Championship in their new Africa Developments Toyota Auris. Van Niekerk regularly mixes it up with the factory Castrol and BP Ultimate cars and currently finds himself in 8th position.
Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Opens, left 2, long left 2, tightest to 4. Long left 2, tightest to 4. Slippery again. Into right 5. 60, long right 8 of a bumpy, wide, 60 down. Left 2, into slippy, left 6 tightens.
No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Navigator's like sponsor is not like
Together with sponsors Pertec, Hein Latergan and Johan van der Merwe are also newcomers to the top S2000 class. But Latergan is an established motorsportsman with high expectations. Unfortunately, the Pertec orders suffered from a gearbox problem on stage 2, relegating Latergan to 15th position overall after stage 3.
No, I think we've broken the side shaft. I can't put power. I must just speed it, you know. So we'll go and fix the problem.
The name Conrad Rautenbach may be relatively new to South Africans, but the young Zimbabwean is an extremely talented young driver with a number of top 10 World Rally Championship finishes next to his name. Fellow Zimbabwean navigator Peter Marsh narrowly missed out on the South African title with Gemmell last year, and although they are driving a ProDrive Subaru production car for now, Rautenbach completed these 2 stages in 4th position overall, less than a second behind Mark O'Neill.
We had an overshoot here and we had a reverse and all that, so in the radiator got full of grass and that's the engine temperature's high, so...
With a massive 17 cars in the top S2000 class, the battles were always going to be fierce throughout the entire field. Behind Van Niekerk, popular Spaniard Fernando Rueda and navigator Dave Lefkowitz were getting to grips with their Total Evolution Toyota Runex. It is now Rueda's 2nd season behind the wheel of the S2000. Nicholas Ryan and Jeff Tyler were impressing everyone with their speed behind the wheel of the Avis Fleet Services Gabriel Volkswagen after swapping his old Runex for the Polo. Ryan was lying 10th, just 7 seconds behind Rueda.
Yeah, it was quite fast and it was slippery and tricky on the grass. However, got through, kept it clean and cars in one piece. I don't have to do any work yet.
The Salom Group Polo of Thien Joubert and new navigator Carl Peskin were involved in a fierce battle with the automark Toyota Runex of Skalk Burger Jr. and Armand de Tooy. Joubert finished this loop of stages in 11th, but with a determined Burger breathing down his neck, just 1.7 seconds back.
It's nice, it's in Natal stages. It's loose surfaces, slippy, nice flowing, then you get the tight stuff. But still, great. It's better than a good day at the office.
Namibian driver Jaco van Dijk was enjoying his first outing in his newly acquired S2000 Volkswagen Polo with Henny Boertes on the hot seat. Class S2000 newcomers Mohamed Musa and Grant Martin were having an eventful first day behind the wheel of the Total Evolution Toyota Runex, as were Evan Hutchison and Alvin Coetzee in the Motorrad Volkswagen Polo. Hutchison had a few overshoots and with reverse gear not working, lost a few minutes in the process.
With 3 of the day's 4 stages a thing of the past, BP Ultimate Volkswagen is dominating proceedings at the top. Fecken slipped past his teammate Kuhn and leads Cronje in 3rd by 21.9 seconds. Rautenbach's 4th is impressive for a production car ahead of Gemmell, Habich and Wilken. Nicholas Ryan completes the top 10. At the welcome service break in Stanger, it was time to strategize. For 2010, the standings at the end of day 1 will determine the starting positions for day 2. First goes first, and as everyone knows by now, no one wants to be first on the road in Natal. On the one hand, one can deliberately lose time in order to influence your starting position for day 2, but on the other hand, no one wants to waste precious seconds. And no one is prepared to share their strategy either.
I think you wait and see. Can't do that brief.
Yeah, I can't say right now, I'll decide during the stage.
Stage 4, the final battleground for day 1. Stage 4 is an exact repeat of stage 1, so the roads have been swept and the times are expected to tumble.
Mark Lonier and Robert Paisley were the first ones to exploit the cleaner roads on stage 4. The Castle Toyota Aurus finished Blythedale 2 in a time of 8 minutes and 22 seconds, a full 27 seconds faster than earlier in the day.
Yeah, I'm very happy with my road position right now, so let the other guys do some homework, eh?
Enzo Keane and Guy Hodgson would not reveal their plans for stage 4 before the start, but Keane's actions inside the car quickly gave his game away. Just like earlier in the day, the BP Ultimate Polo driver decided to go flat out and bettered his time from stage 1 by a massive 21 seconds.
No, we pushed. I think we made the decision to go first tomorrow, so we gave it a hard push there.
But what will Hergen Fecken and Pierre Harries do? Their rally lead was a mere 2.4 seconds before the start of stage 4. Fecken looks fast, but his time is going to be slower, nearly 7 seconds slower, and Keane retakes the rally lead.
Yeah, we're going to have to push, eh? We've got a bit of a lead on the Toyota, so we mustn't lose there.
Conrad Rautenbach and Peter Marsh impressed friend and foe with very fast times in the production Subaru Impreza. The Zimbabweans completed day 1 in 4th overall, just 6 seconds behind third-placed Cornier. This seems to be a cautious start for Johnny Gemmel and Drew Starrock in the second of the Cashel Toyota Auruses. Gemmel currently occupies 5th on the leaderboard. With a time of 8 minutes and 20.3 seconds, Jan Habig and Ralph Pitchford improved on their time from early in the day by 17 seconds, enough to end day 1 in 6th position.
Stage 2 and 3 wasn't that good. We had a spin in stage 2, very tight spot. We had to make a 4-point turn to get out, so a lot of time went away.
Charles Wilkin and Greg Godridge in the new Basil Reed Bizzup Ford Fiesta set the 4th fastest time, just half a second slower than the time set by Fecken to complete the Ford's first day in 7th position.
Yeah, we're learning the car, getting used to the left-hand drive.
Consistent best describes the efforts of Japie van Niekerk and Robin Houghton, who are very much within striking distance behind the wheel of the new Africa Developments Toyota Auris, and in 8th.
I'm very happy, very happy. We had a good day in office. Clear, no damages, no moments, just in the road.
Nicholas Ryan and Jeff Tyrer must be very pleased with their debut performance behind the wheel of the Avis Fleet Services Gabriel Volkswagen Polo, as they survived a tough day 1 in 9th.
This Avis car is unbelievable.
But Ryan will have his work cut out on day 2 as the Total Evolution Toyota Ranex of Fernando Rueda and Dave Lefkowitz is breathing down his neck, only 1.5 seconds back in 10th.
We've settled down quite well. That was much better time. It's all looking a lot nicer.